Coming up on SAU News, President Shaw takes a very cold bath in front of lots of people to celebrate the successful conclusion to the university's Giving Days.
Disgusting, selfish hypocrites!
The spirit of Easter SonRise inspired thousands who attended the pageant in Collegedale last weekend. We'll have a team report.
We pay tribute to a couple of business professors who've traveled the world, left their mark, and are now leaving Southern for new adventures.
All these stories and more coming up. SAU News starts now.
Welcome to SAU News. I'm Meloise.
And I'm Carlos Torres. Our newscast is brought to you by SJC Productions in the School of Journalism and Communication. Last week, more than 8,000 visitors attended the walkthrough Easter pageant we know as SonRise.
The event is so big. We assigned 2 reporters to cover it, and both join us now in the studio.
We have Kenneth Salmon and Cindy Hernandez. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Kenneth, let's start with you. We know that SonRise is a joint effort between the university and the Collegedale SDA Church, but we know it's really important to have students who are key roles in this.
You're right, Carlos. We talked with several along our SonRise journey, but it's not about the acting or the props or the special effects. I think most students get involved to share the SonRise story, Christ's death and resurrection. One of the most emotional scenes of SonRise is when the mob calls for Christ's crucifixion at Pilate's judgment hall. The SonRise story of Jesus has taken months of behind-the-scenes work. More than 500 volunteer cast members bring it to life.
In this scene, this is my 9th year, and it's always a joy to be a part of SonRise, be a part of something that's geared to bring people towards Jesus. You know, even though I do play the devil, you know, I try to be the contrast that the people need to be excited about Jesus.
I am part of the interpreting team that is interpreting SonRise for the deaf. And it's a very rewarding chance to share Jesus with the deaf community.
Visitors enjoy the experience, including some for the first time.
I loved it. It was insanely well put together. Every detail was there, and I think it really evokes the emotion of just how happy of a moment it was. It was such a sad time, and there was so much going on and so much violence and so much pain, but it was all for a reason, and it all came to fruition, and he resurrected, and it was amazing.
Following the resurrection scene, Professor Sam Nakana greeted visitors with his prayer tent team.
The prayer tent is here for people to come when they have a need to pray. We are here for them. This morning we had someone that lost her key. We prayed for her, but we don't know what the outcome is going to be. But God is good, and God will answer a prayer according to His will.
Fortunately, the missing keys were later found, a powerful moment showing that the Lord answers prayer. So SonRise has been amazing, seeing the story of Jesus from when he first came to earth, to his crucifixion, to his resurrection, the emotion, the intensity. It's something that you truly have to experience for yourself. One of the most memorable scenes from this year's SonRise was the hush of the crowd as Christ is lifted up on the cross between the 2 thieves. You hear the mourners weeping and his final words, "It is finished."
Oh, that was a chilling moment, and it really makes you think what it must have been like 2,000 years ago.
Well, you know, one of our own SAU News reporters, Victor Odala, played the crucified thief for the 3rd year in a row.
Well, Cindy, you spent time in the Jerusalem market, so tell me, what was that like?
Yeah, so the marketplace scene recreates Jesus' triumphal entry through the streets of Jerusalem. As I discovered, it's one of the most immersive and interactive of all the SonRise scenes.
Each Easter, SonRise brings in thousands of guests to be part of the reenactment of Jesus' trial, death, and resurrection. The event recreates a lot of memorable scenes from the Bible, including Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem, which comes to life right here in the marketplace. As soon as the guard opened the gates, visitors are immersed in a unique and interactive experience. The sights and sounds of the many merchants selling their products like seeds, garments, fish, and more give visitors a chance to step back into biblical times.
He's healing everybody. It's been great to see the people coming. I really enjoy looking at the faces of all the people as we watch Jesus and the kids running up to Jesus, so it's been a great experience.
The marketplace was staffed by volunteers both from the community and from Southern itself. Families join in as sellers, keeping those special traditions alive with grandparents and children. New volunteers also have the opportunity to start their own traditions.
We've never participated before. It was our first year. Yeah, I got to see it for the first time this year. I have some friends that asked me to do it, and it's been fun.
The booths had various guests for visitors to commemorate the experience as well as detailed descriptions of the products they were offering.
We're here in the marketplace where we'll see Jesus in just a few minutes, and they gave us things like palm branches, a sword, and a little squid.
Jesus is here! The triumphal entry in a donkey was the ending highlight of the scene as people waved their branches and had a moment with Jesus. SonRise volunteers hoped that this year's marketplace was an engaging blessing for all the visitors coming through.
This year, the SonRise cast included more than 250 church members and 300 university students in costume.
Cindy, great story. There seems to be so many people who attended. Was this a year record?
No, but SonRise has such a reputation that people came from all over. I met a family that came all the way from Washington State just to experience SonRise.
Cindy, Kenneth, thank you so much for covering SonRise and for joining us here on the set.
Thank you. And to all of you who missed it, SonRise will likely return next Easter for its 28th year. As you walk around campus this week, you have probably seen signs and banners. Southern celebrates its 10th annual Giving Day. LaRon Matheson has more.
Social media feeds were filled this week with appeals for students and alumni to support Giving Day.
There you go. There you go.
For 10 years now, academic departments have used the Giving Day fundraising campaign to raise money for various projects and equipment. Giving Day Director Sandra Araujo Delgado says the goal is to make college life better for everyone, both now and in the future.
It's really an opportunity to enhance the Southern experience for current students and those that are coming afterwards. So it's just a wonderful celebration of philanthropy.
In addition to social media campaigns, the university also held events on campus that students can get involved in, like these fund rides, where students can catch a ride in a golf cart down the promenade while also winning funds for the department of their choice.
Students could also participate in the Giving Day Carnival, where they could play games and receive a free t-shirt and snacks. For SAU News, I'm LaRon Matheson.
University President Ken Shaw lived up to his promise. Leading up to this week's fundraising drive, Shaw promised that if more than 1,300 donors contribute to Giving Day, he would immerse himself in an extremely cold ice bath. While the university came up just short of its goal, the president decided to proceed with the ice plunge to celebrate the occasion.
3, 2, 1, breathe, Mr. President, breathe! Anything for our donors!
As of this reporting, the university has raised nearly $280,000 from more than 1,000 donors. To all who gave, we thank you. The professor in a marketing class decided to get creative and give the students some first-hand practice at a marketing event. This class of 60 students, under Professor Ben Schnell, divided into groups to organize various fundraisers for Child Impact, a Collegedale-based charity. One popular event was a karaoke and trivia night, which required a $5 entrance fee. Participants could choose from a list of songs to showcase their talents and perform with friends. Additionally, students enjoyed popcorn, ramen, and cotton candy.
Students boarded a bus to Alabama this past weekend for a field trip to the Memorial of Peace and Justice and the Legacy Museum in Montgomery. At the memorial, students learned about the history of lynching to African Americans and were encouraged to find their own county's names on more than 800 steel monuments. The memorial also featured sculptures and poems. At the Legacy Museum, students learned about the history of slavery in America and what cruelty Africans had to face on their journey. The museum highlighted past struggles, but also acknowledged what African Americans are still facing today in the justice system. Afterwards, students were able to debrief what they learned and how they felt back on the Collegedale bus.
As the school year winds down, students in the School of Business are sad to say goodbye to a couple of professors. The first is Michelle Dukamis. She's well known for her innovative teaching and leadership of the university's Enactus program.
Needs in the community and improve people's lives and improve the livelihoods of our communities.
So what I like the most about Professor Dukamis is that she's very passionate. She cares a lot about her students. I was with her in Enactus and in business seminar. And then she cares a lot, she pays attention to details, and she's just very passionate about the way that she teaches.
So I will miss a lot the people here, the opportunities, the memories, especially the student projects that we've gotten to work on, like our projects in Enactus and the adventures that we've gotten to go on, and just all the personal work with students.
I really have just appreciated Professor Dukamis' help during Enactus especially. She's such a wonderful, supportive mentor, and I know that club could not have been run without her, especially during Bring It. Just her willingness to step in and guide us, bring us to our full potential was wonderful to see, and I'm really going to miss her in the coming years.
Under the leadership of Professor Dukamis, our Enactus team won multiple national victories, including the Sam Walton Fellow of the Year Award in 2021, and in 2023 she supported the Enactus team at the World Championships. Professor Dukamis' heart for missions and love for Jesus has always been evident in her classroom and beyond. She has truly lived out the School of Business tagline, Missional Business. While we are sad to see her go, we wish Professor Dukamis all the best during this next chapter of her life.
The School of Business is also saying goodbye to longtime professor Bram Oberholzer. Dr. Obi, as he's affectionately known, is retiring, having spent 20 years at Southern. Colleagues wished him well at a farewell reception this week. During his tenure, the finance and international business expert developed the Student-Managed Asset Risk Training, or SMART Fund. Oberholzer was also known for leading study tours to China and other parts of Asia. Outside the classroom, he's widely recognized as a wildlife photographer. The reception showcased several large animals and landscape photos he's made while visiting Africa and locally around Tennessee. After leaving Southern, Oberholzer wants to continue teaching overseas and following his love for nature photography.
The university's nationally acclaimed acrobatic team, Gym Masters, has a big weekend coming up. Last month, the Gym Masters went on the road performing shows in New York and Boston. To close out the year, they're practicing for their annual home show this weekend. This year's theme is A Night at the Movies, which will showcase popular films over the years. The show is free for students who show their IDs. The home show performances take place Saturday night at 9 and Sunday afternoon at 2:30.
College pranks generally have a bad reputation, but an April Fool's caper this week demonstrates some pranks can be relatively harmless. One or more people went all over campus and stuck pairs of googly eyes in multiple funny and unexpected places. The eyes were spotted in Brock, Wright Hall, McKee Library, Hickman, the Old Student Center, and even on Southern's entrance signage. Currently, we don't know how many people or who were involved in the April Fool's joke. Most of the eyes have since come down, but more might still be around. Just keep your eyes open and you might see some as well.
Well, Carlos, did you happen to see any googly eyes out there?
I actually did. I was gonna go throw out a water bottle, and much to my surprise, I found two googly eyes staring right back at me.
Wow. Well, SAU News is a student-run production here in Southern School of Journalism and Communication. I'm Meloichi.
And I'm Carlos Torres. Do you have a newsworthy story? Message us on Instagram at SAU_news.
And from all of us here at SAU News and SJC Productions, thanks for watching. Have a great week.